friends. Today I am at Liquid Light in the heart of the North Lanes in Brighton for a web industry conference called Bytes Conf. I've been invited to do the videos, so I thought it might be helpful just to show you some of the kit that I'm using in the setup. So if ever you're filming sort of talks in this kind of setup, then this could be really useful. So come with me and I'll show you what we're using. So this is the digital lounge, and we've got about 70 people in here this evening. We've got 4 talks talking about different aspects of the web, from design, development, psychology, social media, and I have been tasked with recording the talks. I'm using a 2-camera setup. You may be familiar, I've talked about this in other videos before, for this kind of thing, similar to an interview setup, but a few slight differences. What we've got here is a Canon 700D with the 24 to 70mm f2.8 lens on it, which is going to be giving me a wide shot of the speaker and the projector screen. On top of this camera, I've got the Rode Mavic Pro. I'm not going to be using the audio source for this particular camera, but it just gives me a better audio source to help me syncing up my audio track in post-production. So that is camera 1 on the tripod, the wide shot. Then we've got camera 2. I'm using a Canon 100D, which is quite an entry-level DSLR, but still a great quality video camera. And on this one, I'm using the Canon 50mm 1.4 lens, which will give me a tighter shot on the speaker for a close-up. The reason I'm using the 2 cameras is to ensure that with the short record time that you get from DSLRs, if one camera cuts out, the other one will continue, and I will stagger the starts of the cameras to ensure that I've always got a picture that I can cut to, so I can hide any stops that happen due to that record limit. So that is the picture. So for the sound, I am using the Zoom H1 handy recorder, which is a very entry-level audio recorder, but still gives a great quality sound, far better preamps than the quality of the built-in audio. And also, this will give me the ability to monitor the audio and change the levels live, so that I can make sure I'm not peaking and make sure that it's loud enough throughout. And then plugged into this, I am using the Comica CVM WM100, which is a wireless lav kit. I've done a review of this particular kit. I shall link to that video somewhere around here now, but it is well worth checking out. It's a budget kit. It's got a transmitter with a basic lav mic, which will be attached to the speaker, and that sends through to the receiver, which I've got just Velcro to my tripod here, and this is feeding into the Zoom H1. We'll be changing this mic in between the speakers. It won't be amplified out to the room. This is purely so that I can get a good audio source and the speakers can be heard loud and clear to share their talks with the world. So yeah, that is pretty much everything. One thing I will mention, if you're filming talks in this fashion, is it's well worth getting the slides from the speakers, because it is difficult in a dark room with a bright projector to expose the slides in a way that they'll be truly visible. So if you can get any slide decks from the speakers after they've done their talk, it means that in the editing process you can cut to the slides, and it just makes the video feel more dynamic, more interesting, and leads to a better end product. So that's it. I'll probably share some of the footage with you so you can see what the outcome was. But other than that, I hope you found that useful. If you did, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do regular videos like this talking about photography, video and filmmaking, and my general journey as I continue to learn and improve my filmmaking skills. So I hope that was useful. Thanks a lot. And other than that, I'll see you next time.
You know, read a lot of books, been to a lot of conferences, and slowly, surely, I think, hope I know what I'm doing. And there's this theory about talks, actually what they are is you going back to a previous version of yourself and giving yourself advice. So I think this talk is probably me just sort of going back to that.
Yeah, who's feeling really energetic?
Yeah!
Way! Who's feeling a bit tipsy? Yeah, okay. I've had half a beer, I'm a lightweight these days. I also have a laser pointer, I feel quite important. Okay, so who here?
It was really, really exciting, but it's also really hard. I think that some of us might not realise the tougher parts of the job until we're there.
How many people here either have or have used a smartwatch, chatbot or digital assistant in the last 2 years? And now keep your hand up if you used it in the last 4 years.
I'm going to go and have a bake.
Nice. There we go. Yeah, I know. I did cut